Welcome to the Guidebook App. After you've downloaded the Guidebook App from either of the app stores, you'll be taken to this home screen. Notice that it's called Explore. So here we have a bunch of different options, guides that are happening now, guides that are upcoming, and you can scroll through. You can also tap View All. You can enter a passphrase. You can also discover new events and conferences, as well as search for guides by categories. If you know the name of the guide you are looking for, you can tap Find Guides. So there's two things you can do from this Find Guides tab. The first is search for public guides, and you'll use this search bar here. If you have a passphrase protected guide that you're looking for and you've been given a passphrase, you can tap this blue button, Have a Passphrase. So let's look for a public guide. Can tap into the search bar and type all or part of the name of the guide you're looking for. Then tap the guide, tap Download Guide, and this typically takes a few seconds depending on the size of the guide, and then tap Open. So our 2018 UPPO Annual Conference Guide will open. Can tap the navigation bar up at the top left to see lists of exhibitors or speakers, different volunteer opportunities. To get back out to the home screen and to our guides, we tap this Guides. You'll notice that there's now a blue dot by My Guides. So let's take a look at that. The guide we just downloaded is now listed as our last opened and has also been added to our My Guides list. Now let's look for a passphrase protected guide. So we'll go back over to Find Guides. Notice that you can enter a passphrase right here. You can also cancel and tap the blue button. So we have a demo guide at Guidebook where the passphrase is Demo 2, so let's select that. It'll download the guide, and then we select Open. Again, information will load, and you can also look at the navigation bar, take a look at the Interact feed or the schedule, and tap back out to Guides. Again, the blue dot appears in My Guides, and Demo Guide has been added to our guides. If you've been invited to an invite-only guide, let's go back to our Explore tab just so we see everything. In order to view an invite-only guide, you have to log in. So you'll tap the silhouette icon in the top right and tap Login. Make sure that the email address you're signing in with is the email address that you were invited to that specific guide with. You may have been given a temporary password in the invite-only email, in which case you can use that. And then you'll log in. You'll notice that now on our Explore page, there's an invite-only section that pops up. So I have this Cal Poly guide that I was invited to, so let's tap that so that we can download it. And once the guide downloads, we can open it. This is an audio tour guide from Cal Poly, so they have an audio tour. There's also admissions information, campus dining, etc. So again, let's tap out by tapping Guides. And now you'll see that the Cal Poly guide is still listed on the Explore page. There is a check mark, though, saying that we've downloaded it. And if we go over to My Guides, it's also in My Guides. The last thing that you can do in the Guidebook app is switch to a different space. So everything we've seen so far has been in the Guidebook space on the Guidebook app. As of 2017, there are now also branded spaces within the Guidebook app shell. Basically, a branded space means that a company or organization or school can get to have their own colors, but within the Guidebook app. Their own icons, all of that. And you can find more information about spaces on our support website. So this is our space icon, so let's tap that. And let's switch into the UT Arlington Campus Tours space. We can tap out, and you'll notice that the colors have changed. So it looks really similar. You still have the 3 tabs along the bottom, but it's UT Arlington colors instead of Guidebook's colors. So I have their Campus Tours guide downloaded, so let's just take a look really quickly. And you can click into their campus tour or an interactive map. And again, let's click back out to guides. So this shows in my guides. This guide is also listed under the Discover header in their Explore tab. And we can go back to the Guidebook space or any other space. Just note that if you're searching for a guide that's in a different space, you can still find that guide from the regular Guidebook search. So let's look for UT Arlington. And notice that we've selected current space here, and it doesn't seem like it's listed. So let's tap everywhere and see what happens. And here it is. So make sure you're selected to everywhere if it is in a different space, and then you can still find that guide. Thanks for stopping by, and if you have any further questions, please reach out to our support team at support@guidebook.com.